Funny in this job sometimes. You meet these celebrities, and they're very, very, shall we say politely, a little bit full of themselves. Do you know what I mean? And then years later down the line, you realize that your initial thoughts were correct. You know the sort of people I'm talking about, don't you? Of course you do. You're with me, aren't you? Absolutely. You see, many years ago, I interviewed both of these two leading ladies currently of the day, or are they? This is the thing that I always find fascinating. You see, it's a bit like Meghan, isn't it? When they say, we don't want the press, we want privacy. You will write what we want and we're going to do exactly as we plan, and you will sort of curtail all that sort of stuff. You see, many years ago, I interviewed the actress Sienna Miller. And she was at the time really just famous for dating Jude Law. That was it. She'd had one or two sort of art films, as they called, and then really, not much else. Now, in this particular interview, you've seen a bit of footage or pictures of it at the side. What happened was I had to get down next to her to do a piece to camera, as they call it, and she thought this was hilarious, and all the team were laughing away, not at me doing that, because a journalist was suddenly beneath her, and she hated journalists and she hated the media, the press, all of that sort of stuff. Well, fast forward a few years, and this is the shy retiring wallflower that is Sienna Miller, currently expecting her second child and bearing all at Vogue World in the very heart of London at the Theatre Royal Drury Lane. As you can see, she doesn't want press attention at all. Not desperate, is she? Not tipping off the media, and of course bearing that bump for the world to see. All started way back in the 90s, let's not forget, by Demi Moore, who did that now Vanity Fair infamous cover. This is what I'm saying about how the celebrity world are a bit nuts. I don't know if you remember this as well. Kate Winslet, who shot to fame, co-starring with Leonardo DiCaprio in Titanic, well, she made an absolute fuss, I believe, of the magazine GQ a few years back now, claiming they'd airbrushed her out and she didn't look recognizable in her mind at all, And I thought, oh, you look pretty, you look beautiful. What's the problem, We all live in a Photoshop world. I know not this one, but we could do. Now, fast forward a few years, there she is, virtually unrecognizable inside the British Vogue magazine. No complaints this time around from Kate Winslet, because, as you know, as with all of us, age catches up with us all, and she's thrilled to be painted out, making her look wonderful. The reason why I highlight these stories is, I like to share, obviously with you, you understand this game, that's what it's about. What I find odd is, why complain and why be such drama queens? You are in this job because you want attention, you want your name above the title or outside the theatre, and you're thrilled to pick up an Oscar. So why moan about the media? Because without the media, you really don't have anything. And I'd love to know, to the chums out there in our community, do you think they're wrong to moan about being airbrushed? If somebody presented a better picture of me for a magazine cover, I'd be absolutely thrilled. Every time somebody takes my picture, I think, goodness, it looks like Christopher Lee's come back to life in Dracula, you know what I mean? So why would they moan? But of course, as I said at the beginning of this video, what they moan about when they're 20 odd, it's totally different when they're in their middle 40s, realizing that perhaps their star has shone the brightest and passed already. Do let me know what you think in the comments below. Neil Sean in the very heart of Yorkshire.